What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Multiverse of Fandom podcast.
Everybody.
Today, me and Dimo, we have a few things to talk about because we weren't here last week, but we got Venom to talk about a little bit. We got No Time to Die reaction, and then
DC Fandom.
A lot
of
is
stuff
it?
to talk about.
Before we go in, is it DC Fandome? DC Fandom? Everybody says
I'm calling
it different.
Fandom, but clearly it's Dome because they
But
put
everybody,
E at the end there.
even like on the stream, everyone was calling it
I
different.
don't think
It was
anybody
like,
knows.
No one knows. So that's kind of our plan for today. So we're gonna run through everything, and let's get into it. Venom 2.
Yeah,
thoughts.
we saw Venom a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, it was 2 weeks ago.
I liked it. It was a good movie. About the same as the first one, I'd say. Maybe a little bit better.
You thought better?
Yeah, could go either way.
I thought
Could go either way.
Well, I thought worse only because because if you remember the first villain in Venom was Riot.
Uh-huh.
And I thought there was way more. We got way more Riot in the first one, so we got way more of the main villain than we did of Carnage at all. We got very little action scenes with Carnage. We got the one where he was first born, and then basically the end.
Well, I think an argument can be made that the first one's better because it was an origin, and you learn more about Eddie Brock and all that before, and then this one was kind of I don't know if you can go watch the second one without seeing the first one, but I think you're gonna miss a lot, especially with Carnage.
There wasn't I don't know. There wasn't too much that you needed to see the first one for. Obviously, you wouldn't know who Woody Harrelson's character is. I forget his name.
Carnage.
His actual the guy's name. I forget his name. You wouldn't know that. You wouldn't really know that some of that backstory, but didn't really seem to matter.
Cletus Cassidy.
Yeah.
Weird name.
But also it was weird to me because Carnage is kind of a main, he's not as big as Venom, but he's probably second tier to Venom, and he was that's a red one, and kind of freaked out. But Venom's the bigger one. Venom was bigger, or is bigger in the comics than Carnage. They made Carnage, I think, bigger than him in the movie, and Carnage is literally his kid. So Venom
Spawn.
Venom in comics and stuff, I was reading, he's not scared of his Spawn. He wouldn't be scared of Carnage. Obviously Carnage is pretty badass, but Venom's not scared of him because Venom is the bigger and the fur, whatever, you know what I mean?
Well, that's probably, I don't know too much about the Venom universe, but I would imagine that's mainly because we don't have too many Venom characters within that world that they can choose from. Or maybe they just wanted to set everything up for Venom to move into the MCU Spider-Verse.
Yeah, but I still feel it because Carnage is still a Spider-Man villain too. He's still a pretty big Spider-Man villain. So,
they don't want to make. I don't know how that marketing system would work, but they probably don't want to make Venom bigger than Spider-Man. You know?
No,
what I mean?
and no, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying you and they didn't necessarily kill off Carnage, the symbiote, because as long as if Cletus Cassidy kind of bit Eddie Brock and got some of Venom's the symbiote in him, Carnage could technically still be alive.
That's true.
So it's not Cletus Cassidy is dead, but it doesn't necessarily mean that Carnage is dead. So maybe down the road they could do something if they do continue making more Venom movies, especially with Spider-Man. They do a Venom and Spider-Man versus Carnage or something.
I don't know if I could do another Venom solo movie. I'd definitely be interested in a Venom Spider-Man crossover.
But it was also Let There Be Carnage. It was an hour and a half.
It was a short
with
movie.
credits. It was
movie.
an hour and a half.
Yeah.
So it was Let There Be Carnage, and there was really not much carnage. It was mainly that weird, that kind of funny relationship between Eddie and Venom. You kind of explored that more in this one.
They should make whatever. I mean, they won't do this, but they should do a DVD release with like both of them in one, because you can watch them back to back,
yeah,
without any sort of like time lapse.
What would it be like?
Is it like a couple weeks or a couple months between? How long? How long was he in jail for?
A few months in between, but like the whole movie though also would probably be like 3.5 hours.
Yeah, it wouldn't be that long.
It wouldn't be that long.
No.
So yeah, that would be
pretty
cool.
I'd closer to 3.
I don't remember how long the other.
I think it's similar, maybe a little bit longer.
I think it was 2 hours. I think it was at the 2-hour mark.
Interesting.
And then like the cop who died at the end, and like the end credit scene is like eyes flash blue. I don't really know what like that is teasing, but clearly it's teasing something for a third Venom movie.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, Venom's doing its thing. Venom's gonna keep going because now it's gonna be with Spider-Man, and they're gonna cross over at some point. So
yeah,
overall, I think we liked it. It was entertaining.
It was good. I mean, I didn't fall asleep. That's usually a good sign.
Well,
for
you also
a movie.
didn't fall asleep because it was an hour and a half. You probably couldn't get.
Oh, you'd be surprised. I've fallen asleep within 40 minutes too.
Jesus.
The first one was 112, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And
112 minutes.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, kind of similar. Oh, like it was still longer, but.
See, no, that's perfect. That's short and to the point. I only like the long ones if it's something I'm like genuinely like interested in.
Yeah, like where it's like an Endgame type.
Or like a Batman movie.
Okay, yeah. But I'm saying like a long, like a 4-hour movie, like Snyder Cut is.
Oh no, well that's different.
You're gonna enjoy that because it's like a whole.
That's an event.
Exactly. Yeah.
Venom, something like the second tier character.
Yeah, it's better that it's just like I feel that.
Yeah. Overall good. You should see it.
I'd say like 6 out of 10. I'd give it like it's like respectable. It's just
6 out of 10.
What would you give it?
I was gonna give it a 7.
I'm giving it a 6. I feel like the first one's a 7. That's why.
I put both of them in that like C plus range. Yeah.
Yeah, C plus. I'll get a C plus. I'll give it a grade, not a number. How's that?
Fine.
Okay, and then also kind of staying in the Spider-Verse. There was like an interview with I saw it on what was it, Entertainment Weekly, and they like talked to Tom Holland, and he was kind of getting emotional, him and like the other some of the other cast members, because they
was he crying?
Well, they were just like kind of sad because they don't know, because I think they're on like a press tour like for No Way Home right now.
Oh, they don't know when they're next.
And they don't think they're like, oh, this could be the last one. Like we have no idea.
Interesting.
So. Clear. Maybe they're just playing it up for hype, but this could maybe be the last, like, at least MCU movie with these characters, and then it kind of gets
then they reboot the character,
maybe like reboot it or something.
Sells them finally.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows what they do with it? But they were saying that's what they were saying.
A lot of money to sell that.
But then he also went on saying, like, if they do get a chance to go into these characters past this trilogy, because this is like the end of the kind of like the Homecoming trilogy is what he was saying. If they do get a chance to do it again, then he was saying they're going to do like a much different take for the characters. So it's going to be like much more like kind of serious as Peter Parker's growing up and away from like the high school.
How about like a solid Spider-Man show?
That'd be cool.
But it's like you said, yeah. But like you said, like every season he gets older. You know what I mean?
No, that'd definitely.
I don't know. Cool. I don't know. You'd have to find another nobody to play him. I don't know. I wouldn't really.
You wouldn't want Tom Holland?
Well, how are you going to do that? Because he's already older now, isn't he?
Well, I mean, he still looks young. I think he's like 25.
Oh, see, I don't know.
So you just want to reboot it?
Spider-Man for me, I feel like is kind of like Batman, in that you don't necessarily need to have like the same, because it isn't just like a Superman role, for example. You need a really specific type of person to play that. Yeah, like physically and everything, like the jawline, everything. I feel like Spider-Man, you can kind of get away with like rebooting and rebooting and rebooting. without people getting too upset. I mean, how many Spider-Mans have we had so far?
3. This is 3, right?
3.
Yeah.
That's not a lot in the grand scheme of Batman. How many Batmans do we have?
Yeah.
But I don't know. For some reason, I feel like everyone would be fine with it. He's a good Spider-Man, but
I just think I don't know. I feel like
or it doesn't even have to be. It could be like how we have the Arrowverse. You know what I mean?
Oh, like kind of like a multiverse.
Yeah. Like, and it doesn't.
Well, it would make sense because now they're creating the multiverse. So
yeah.
You could even get like a Miles Morales show and
there you go.
slowly introduce him, and then because then you can see maybe Tom Holland's Spider-Man get a little bit older, and then maybe retire, and then Miles Morales becomes the next Spider-Man for like the MCU or the Avengers or whatever. So
I don't know what network that would be on. It'd probably be Disney Plus.
Yeah, Disney Plus.
Yeah, unless they get affiliated with some sort of.
Oh, because actually, maybe because Sony kind of owns them. So, I mean, like those characters. So maybe it wouldn't be Disney Plus, but.
Oh, what do you think?
I don't know. What does Sony like stream on? Like Sony stuff? Isn't that like
Paramount Plus? Oh, that's its own thing.
No.
No, I don't know.
Stars maybe? I don't know. It's
they would no. I meant like because what channel like the CW has Star.
Yeah, but I'm saying
Supergirl,
like
right?
they like if it would be a Spider-Man show because none of the Spider-Man movies are on Disney Plus, so I think it.
Oh, that's right.
I think it's
where
Stars.
Where are they streaming?
Or something. Stars app.
Stars.
So or something like that. So I don't know if that if they can make a deal, and because it would obviously be lucrative for both of them, they could make it happen, and you can get like maybe a Miles Morales or Tom Holland or just reboot it completely.
It looks like they're on Hulu and Sling and Stars right now, and Amazon as well. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah. All right.
Spider-Man's tough because it's in that spot, and like there's a few characters that are kind of tied up in that mess. Like we saw, what was it now, like a month ago, where Disney sued like the Stan Lee estate or whatever to just take all the characters because Iron Man was up, like losing its contract or something. Doctor Strange and Spider-Man, so they're kind of in a tough spot with what
they could totally sell that whole franchise to Disney and make a shit ton of money. You know how much money they'd make?
They'd make so much money, but then they lose so much money for themsells because of how much they make from Spider-Man.
You can name your price.
Yeah, Disney would pay
$5 billion. If they're willing to pay $5 billion, you got to wonder how much money they're making from the franchises. Then,
I mean, it's cool to see that the Spider-Verse is expanding no matter what happens, if it's with the MCU or if it's with Sony. Like, it's not ending with the third movie, at least.
I feel like the Spider-Man, the franchise itself and all of that Venom, it's like been one of the slower to develop, slower developing franchises in terms of superheroes over the past 20 years. If you think about it.
Yeah.
It's kind of been like they've been bringing it along, but kind of like on a slower pace compared to other things.
I think it's because it's so slow because you kind of they were dealing with having Venom in this Sony verse and then Spider-Man with the MCU, so it was kind of hard to kind of shape something. I
think where they kind of went wrong was with Spider-Man 3. I feel like they rushed that a little bit.
The one that's coming out?
No. I'm talking 2005.
Oh, yeah.
Because then they took a break.
Yeah.
And then it was a while. I feel like had Spider-Man 3 been more of a success like 1 and 2 were, I feel like maybe
we could have done something.
We would have seen a lot of this stuff. Like,
when did Spider-Man 3 come out?
Oh, God.
2006?
No.
Earlier or later?
I saw that in 2007. I saw that in
2007,
theaters.
okay.
Yeah, I was young.
So you could even, like, not really, I guess, but you could have even maybe had, if it was successful and people loved it a lot, like, you could have maybe had Tobey Maguire part of the MCU because, Iron Man was 2008. So there could have been possibilities, I guess, but it was just a missed opportunity.
I mean, it wasn't a horrible movie. It just wasn't as good as the other ones. Yeah, it wasn't
as good as the first two.
Yeah. What else?
Yeah, I mean, there's things going on with Spider-Man and the MCU and Venom, so we'll see how that unfolds. But solid movie, Venom 2, and we'll see how we got a couple more months until Spider-Man No Way Home, and we'll see how that goes when that comes out. But then No Time to Die.
James Bond.
What'd you think?
I thought it was good. I liked it. I didn't like the ending very much.
I'm the opposite of you. I kind of like the ending. For those of you who haven't seen it, watch it. And we're gonna be talking about spoilers. So it's been a week. So if you haven't seen it, don't listen.
Yeah, I mean, I told you, when you're the first franchise, you're the first series of a Bond to do something that everything else hasn't.
Explain that.
So none of the other Bond franchises have ever killed off Bond. Bond has always ended, with one actor playing him and then moving on to another actor. It's always ended with James Bond will return again in whatever the next Bond is, Bond 25. This one being Bond 25.
Yeah.
They've never killed him off before. This is the first time they've killed him off. So effectively, he is dead.
Mm-hmm.
So now they have to reboot the entire franchise because Bond is dead. Apart from him dying in the ending, like the last 20 minutes of the movie, everything else was good, I thought.
I kind of like that, though. I just think because I like how different it was, and I didn't think too much of it. I didn't even think about it at all that no other Bond franchise has done that. So that didn't really bother me, and kind of it just seemed like it was like a good way for this movie to end. It was like Bond was like even when he was like kind of out of MI6 and through whatever, he like was still looking over his shoulder and he was still like dealing with all this stuff. So I thought it was like a good way for Bond to end. And this one, the next one, the next series, the next franchise, you don't have to do the same thing. You can go back to the old ways. But I think for this one, I thought it was pretty cool and pretty good. And then for the rest of the movie, it was, I told you after I watched it, because we watched it separately, it was what I wanted from a Bond movie. It was exciting, thrilling, edge of your seat. The ending was like, okay, he's doing it, and then like, oh shit, the blast doors are closing again. What's going on? He's got to go back. And it was just like edge of your seat thriller the whole time.
I mean, when I say it's good, there's still some things that I didn't like about the villain. I think this one and the last one, so Spectre and this one being No Time to Die, their issue is they build up these really cool villains to a very disappointing result. So in Spectre, the first half of the movie was it was aces. I loved the first half of the movie all the way up until he gets to the ski lodge. I thought it was great. Everything after that I didn't like.
Yeah.
And when I say I didn't like it, I'd say it's boring.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not interested. You know what I mean? Did you watch it, Spectre, before you went and saw it?
Not before, but
all right. Well,
the last time we saw it.
Yeah, if you ever have a chance, watch it again.
I want to do because I think this comes out like streaming in like a month. It's pretty soon.
You're in a marathon.
Once this is out, I'm just gonna marathon.
Now that's what I wanted to do last Thursday. I popped Casino Royale in, and I fell asleep it was a work night, but I fell asleep.
Shocker.
I fell asleep 3/4 of the way through. It's a long day when you get up early, I saw most of it, and then Friday rolled around. It was Friday night. I'm like, I'm not going to sit here and watch Quantum of Solace. So I put the marathon off, but Sunday night before I went and saw this one, I rewatched Spectre just so you get the flow going into the movie. The one thing about the villains, the one in Spectre and Rami Malek's character in this one is, like I said, they build them up and then they have this very disappointing reveal. Blofeld being the reveal being towards, I would say, I was disappointed with Blofeld's character in this movie. When we kind of know that he's sort of Bond's like half brother or whatever, step brother, whatever, and then he just kills him. And
he didn't mean to kill him.
No, I know, but
they just killed him off.
It was just like really like this was your supervillain, and this was the head of Spectre, this organization that's been controlling Bond's life, and this is it. And then not only that, but they killed all of Spectre within 30 seconds. in that one fucking room. And I'm just like, really?
The Russian guy.
The Spectre.
Yeah, he's like, it was meant for you.
Yeah, he had some fun. Like the line was, "I'm going to put Ebola in your soup."
Oh my god!
Or whatever the fuck.
Dude, I was like, what is going on right now?
I like that. They put a little bit of humor in it.
No, there was some points I was like, it wasn't forced humor. It was like
no,
it
came out. It came out properly.
I agree with that. It especially. What was the guy, the villain in this one's name? Rami Malek.
That's the actor.
I
see. I don't even remember.
I don't remember his name in the thing, but I just don't want to mess up his real name. So what confused me the most was, and I may have missed something. Other people, like you guys, may know better than me.
Satan, Lucifer, Satan, derivative of Lucifer.
All right, well, whatever. But I just didn't realize what his goals were. Like, what was It just seemed, the whole movie just seemed like he at the beginning of the movie he went to I forget her name, but the girl's house when she was a kid and wanted her Madeline to kill her father because he killed her whole family, his whole family. Sorry, and then saves her. Obviously, whatever. She moves on with Bond, whatever, all that stuff. And then later he comes back, and it just seemed like he wanted revenge for his family's death, and he just wanted to destroy the whole world. But it just that piece was missing for me. Like, what is the main point of his character? Unless, and like I said, because I didn't watch Spectre before this, so maybe I'm missing something, and maybe they said something or whatever. Maybe I just didn't really pick up on what it was. His motives. This
was, like I said, they build up the villain. I would even argue in Quantum of Solace they did the same thing. Where they have this. I can't even remember who the villain was in Quantum of Solace. I have to go back and rewatch that.
I need to rewatch that.
And where they build up the villain, and it has a disappointing reveal. I was expecting going into this, and there was a lot of talk that Rami Malek's character was supposedly going to be Dr. No. So Dr. No from the older franchises has this island. He's this evil, evil doer, evil genius, whatever. And he's got this island. And that ended up being the only comparison.
It was the island.
That was it. He's got Lucifer's his name.
Even in the trailers that we got, back then, in the trailers, his character, he's got the mask. Face,
he's got the mask on.
Yeah. He seemed like a really terrifying villain. And a really okay, this guy's crazy, and we're gonna see this crazy Bond villain mastermind, but it just again didn't seem like that. That's again the building it up so much and then kind of just falling short where he scratches Bond with the nanobots that could kill Madeline and Bond's daughter, and then Bond just shoots him 3 times in the face.
It is all connected. Blofeld is connected to Lucifer because Mr. White, if you remember, from Spectre, remember Bond goes out to that house. That's Madeline's husband. Or, no, I'm sorry, father.
Father, yeah.
And he is part of Spectre.
Yeah, so
was.
Was, yeah. So I remember that, and I remember, I realized it was all connected. It was just some things, didn't necessarily register, and maybe that's why I'm not understanding.
The small nuances aren't easy to pick up on if you haven't rewatched every movie.
Yeah,
there was stuff that was over my head.
I've seen probably all the movies not more than twice, which is not a lot, especially for a Bond these Bond movies where there's so much material and substance in them, where you kind of need that. You need to rewatch them in order to really pick up on the small stuff.
It's interesting. I wanted to bring this up because we really only, if you think about it, we've only Daniel Craig's Bond. I'm talking here.
Yeah.
You really only get to see the young Daniel Craig Bond and then the old weathered Bond.
Mm-hmm.
We really only get Bond in his prime for that opening scene in Skyfall on the train before he gets shot.
Yeah.
The first 2 movies are still, because Quantum of Solace comes almost immediately after, or very, very close to Casino Royale. and then whatever the time skip is to Skyfall.
Yep.
You only get Bond in his prime in that little bit, because then he gets shot by his own by Moneypenny, and he falls off the train, and etc., and he goes into hiding.
Yeah.
So we only get Bond in at the younger age, and Bond when he's weathered and in his older.
Yeah, I didn't think of that.
His older age. So, and I thought about that for a little bit, and this is something that I researched before I went and saw No Time to Die, because if you look at him in No Time to Die, he's much older.
Yeah.
Than he was even in like Skyfall.
Yeah.
Skyfall was 2012. They probably filmed that in 2011.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So it's interesting that they went about doing it that way, where I feel like it would have been, this franchise would have been, it's very successful. It would have been more successful had the second movie maybe been a little bit, further off the Casino Royale.
Yeah.
But I understand what they're doing now, because if you look back to Casino Royale, they had been building Spectre since then.
Yeah.
Because Le Chiffre, the guy with the bloody eye,
Yep.
was part of Spectre.
Yeah.
We found out Mr. White was in that movie as well, I believe, in the beginning. And Felix was as well, the CIA.
Yeah.
Ends up, unfortunately, spoiler, dying.
I think he died because he had to go be Commissioner Gordon.
I didn't like the way they killed him off. I didn't like that.
Yeah, it was like he was just caught in the crossfire.
And that stupid effing
CIA guy,
the double agent. I didn't like him either.
Was he CIA? I think he was CIA.
He was a double whatever.
Yeah,
he was like,
he said,
it's great to meet you. Yeah.
When Bond said that. Why is this guy smiling so much? I don't like it.
I know.
Like,
I kind of figured there was something going on there.
Something fishy is going on.
I feel like they kind of threw that in there a little bit just to, I don't know.
Dude, that was funny when he just threw the car on him.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
The other interesting thing we should talk about is now the future of Bond, because there's so much up in the air with Craig officially retiring.
Yes, yeah.
And that's part of the reason why I think he had a hand in having himself killed off. He's almost like Harrison Ford with Star Wars. Where he's like, okay, I've done it. I'm done. No more.
I feel like he was happy with what he did, and like
you couldn't have ended after Spectre.
No. Like he needed to do one more, and
he knew that.
Exactly, and I think he was glad, like happy to come back to do No Time to Die. He still played a really good Bond. It didn't seem like his character fell off.
I bet you when he signed the papers, he told them, "I'll do this, but you have to kill me."
Oh yeah, because we talked about it. Me and Dimo talked about it, and he was saying that he doesn't want anybody speculating that he might come back, or having fans saying that you should come back. It's over.
So
his Bond is now done,
yep.
And now we're gonna, in the next few years, whatever it may be, we're gonna see a new Bond franchise with a new actor.
There's a lot of talk. There was a lot of talk. Cavill, Hardy, Idris Elba. It's going to be none of them.
No. And I like first of all, out of those actors, I would like Idris Elba the best. But isn't he as old as Daniel Craig?
Yeah, I think the issue.
That's hard.
The issue with Bond, and if you look back, like Pierce Brosnan at the time, I don't think was a big name, and neither was Daniel. I think when Daniel Craig got cast, the only movie he had really been in that was big was the Tomb Raider movie and Layer Cake, which is a very good movie. You should watch. 2005, I think, British movie.
Yeah, so he wasn't
very good.
Yeah, he wasn't that established.
No,
as he is now.
And I mean, it's sort of the same with like casting a superhero role. Like this is a major. Yeah. A major household name, a major character.
So you want to pick somebody a little.
Unless they're perfect. Yeah, unless they're perfect for the role. And I don't think any of those three people really are.
Well, Cavill.
He's too big.
He's way too big. He can't play Bond. It wouldn't make sense. But he said he would like to play a Bond villain.
I could see that.
And he played a good villain in Mission Impossible.
I could see him playing a good Bond villain.
There, so he would be a good Bond villain. Definitely not Bond.
No. Tom Hardy, I think, is too short and old.
He's too, I don't think
he's too like
his traps would break out of a suit.
I think he's he's too brooding to play there. You need someone like
he's
low
too,
key.
Stocky.
You need low key.
Just like he's Venom and Bane. That's what I would see.
You need a low key, like Daniel Craig is like sneaky jacked. You need someone sneaky jacked.
He's like aesthetic.
Yeah.
And like,
but if he's got like the shirt and everything on, you're not going to be like looking at the guy like, oh, this dude's going to kill me.
This guy's literally going to flex his pinky and
break out of that shirt. He's busting through brick walls.
Yeah.
No, you got to. Some people were saying Tom Hiddleston, again, too big of a star, I think.
Yeah. It's tough. Bond is a tough, I think, because you do need that kind of perfect in between of all those different things that we just said.
Someone said Daniel Radcliffe.
Isn't?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
No.
I feel like he's too like.
I don't take him seriously.
Exactly.
No, I mean maybe for Halloween. He could go as James Bond. No disrespect. I like Harry Potter.
No, but he's also in a show on like TV. I forget I can't remember the name right now, but it seems like a more like comedy kind of satire show, and I see commercials for it. I forget what it's called, but he's more like a kind of like joking character in that, so I just don't see him as.
Have you seen the meme?
And they're actors. They this is what they do. Like we kind of said the same thing about Pattinson. Sorry to interrupt you, but we said the same thing about Pattinson. We were like, everyone thought of him as the Twilight guy. I hadn't seen any of the other stuff, but people were saying he's been in more serious roles, and now, we're gonna talk about the trailer later, and it's freaking amazing. So I don't know. It's tough.
Have you seen the Daniel Radcliffe meme? I'll send it to you afterward. Where he talked about this in an interview a while ago. He was out eating lunch by himself, and he was like mid-bite or something, and the paparazzi showed up, and he was just like so upset that they had come, like ruined his lunch. It's a funny meme. It's difficult to talk about it without looking at it. I don't know. They're gonna need to look around for a Bond. I mean, I really don't know who would be. And then there's talk that it would be a woman. They're saying Daniel Craig initially, I think, said yes, and now he sort of backtracked and said, why would you do that? You should create a role that's equally as awesome as James Bond for a woman.
I don't even think he said create. I think he said there's women in the Bond universe that are like badass like Bond, and you can do like spin-offs, like introduce them in a Bond film and then do like a spin-off of their character.
No, he came out and said like there should be roles for women as big as Bond.
Like he was, because and it makes sense. Why not? And then you expand this universe, and then you have this big spy universe and this spy all this connectedness, and that'd be so cool.
See, now that's where we're getting a little far off.
Yeah, but it'd be interesting to see.
I have if they're gonna put a woman Bond, fine, but I don't want them like going off the rails here and changing the franchise completely. This is the other issue with this franchise, is it goes back so far, and you have such a history in London, in the UK, with this role, and it's like, it's Her Majesty's like royal agent, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's a knight almost, essentially.
Yeah.
Commander Bond.
Yep.
So I don't know. I agree with him that there should be better parts for women. You know what I mean?
Well, I think it's you can make the same argument with some superhero roles like Superman, where earlier this year there was like talks that
Supergirl.
What?
The Supergirl.
No, but I'm saying like for
Oh yeah, a girl plays Superman.
Yeah, like how I forget the actress's name, but the one she's playing in the Flash, where she might be the DCEU's kind of like Supergirl, like she's the last daughter of Krypton, and it's like that's great, and you can do that, but like you can't just get rid of Clark. You can't just get rid of
Superwoman. Then it wouldn't be Superman; it'd be Superwoman.
Yeah, then it'd be like Superwoman.
Unless they're gonna have just a woman playing Superman. I don't know what they want to do, but
I feel like do Supergirl, because everyone wants to see Supergirl. I feel like we're both so excited for it, but I'm also excited because we see in if you've ever seen the animated movie Batman and Superman, or Superman and Batman Apocalypse.
I think I've seen it.
And Supergirl's in that, and it's when she first kind of comes to Earth, and it's that relationship with Clark. And then in other things that we've like, the CW did it with Supergirl. They had Superman in it. You see that relationship with Clark and Kara, and I think that relationship is so cool and so like important and just so interesting for the Superman and Supergirl relationship and lore or whatever. So I just want them to like, you have these characters, so use them. Don't just like get rid of one so you can get like put in another.
Well, I think my whole thing is like, what has the character done to warrant, like, you know what I mean? Like, there's nothing wrong with Batman. Mm-hmm. You have Batgirl, you have Batwoman. And why are we? There is no conversation about this, but why would we change a character that's been around for so long? You know what I mean?
It's just, again, with Batwoman, Batgirl, they're all characters that people really love. So why can't you just have them all? Everyone, whenever there's a Bat Family crossover,
have a Batwoman movie.
Yeah, and whenever there's like a Bat Family crossover in animation or whatever,
Catwoman.
That's probably like my favorite parts of those movies because I love the Bat Family, and just like give it, like, if you want to do it, just do it on the big screen.
I think they did a good job with the Bond movie having a female 007, which they did. I liked her. They did it.
She was like serious, and she was she like seemed like a Bond.
They pulled it off.
00.
They pulled it off.
Yeah.
So why is there whatever they decide to do? I'll see the movie because it's James Bond.
James Bond.
But I'm just saying. I really hope there's a thought process because I'm pretty sure it was sold to Amazon, the franchise.
Oh, really?
Recently, yes.
What was it? Is it like, what's the thing? MGM or something?
MGM. I think they sold.
Yeah, they were bought or something, sold to Amazon.
Yeah, and it's staying. James Bond is going to stay on the big screen.
Yeah.
So they're not doing streaming, which I'm fine with.
But it'd be good because then it'll go to Amazon like a month or two later.
Exactly.
For Prime. So.
Which means in a little bit, all of those movies will be on Amazon.
Will be on Amazon. Yep.
But you see what I mean? Like, they did it. They had a woman Bond, so it can work.
No, it definitely can work, but you can also, like Daniel Craig said, expand on different characters, female characters in the Bond world, and still be amazing, and people would still see him because it's like a Bond associated character.
I don't think they can go back and make another movie with her as 007 because I'm pretty sure they're retiring 007 in that world.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure they said it.
Because she said, like,
too.
I'd like to give him, like whatever.
And I mean, it would be silly if, like, 3 months after Craig's Bond dies,
they just, give her the.
It's 007,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind if she was back in the reboot. Maybe they just have her rebooted and kind of what happened before wasn't there.
I'd like to see more. If we're talking about Bond. Like, the only other movie I can recall where there was another 00 in was GoldenEye, and they had 006, which was Sean Bean.
Yeah,
it was 006 before he turned on 007. I'd like to see more of that, the 00s.
Yeah, that's
get like a couple of them in there.
Give us like a
008,
002, 3, 4.
Yeah, where's
5?
001? Who's 001? That's a cool number.
That's like, yeah, because that just seems like you're the first one. Like, you're the start of the 00.
So 11 would just be 011.
Yeah.
That kind of sucks. But they probably stop at 9.
Stop at 9.
Yeah, 009.
Because it's like the 00 is probably like
004. Ugh.
Yeah. Maybe not. Maybe not. I don't know. But yeah, no.
What'd you give it out of 10? I give it an 8. I thought it was decent.
I give it a 7.6.
All right, that's fine. As long as you're not giving it
because we said, so we were talking about earlier. Number 1 is Casino Royale. Number 2 is Skyfall.
Very close second.
Yeah, very close second. They could probably be interchangeable.
A good argument could be said that Skyfall is number 1.
And then we had No Time to Die at 3.
Yeah, I would, unfortunately, I would probably say Spectre's last.
And then, so Quantum of Solace, Spectre.
Again, Quantum of Solace, most of that movie was good. I want to say the ending is what I didn't like about it.
I just feel like in both of those, the Spectre and Quantum of Solace, there was some kind of it kind of just drifted off a little bit.
Well, that's what I say. It's the same with the villains, and I think with those two stories, they have this nice little rise, and then it just.
But that's what Quantum of Solace and Skyfall. I mean, Casino Royale and Skyfall. They were just like.
It just kept you engaged. There was action.
And this one, No Time to Die, kept you engaged, but it was, we talked about the villain wasn't, the motives, whatever it may have been. It was a little iffy, but it was still better than Spectre and Quantum of Solace.
There was action in Casino Royale all the way through, right to the end.
Dude, that movie, and you told me this because it blew my mind that movie came out in like 2006. And you were like, I was in like 7th grade.
I was in 4th grade.
4th grade, so I was even younger, and I remember watching that.
I saw that on pay-per-view.
I literally remember watching that movie, and I was like, and
it was on demand.
It clicked in my mind why it like scarred me so much, because I was like freaking 7 years old when I watched it. So I was like, no wonder that movie was like traumatizing as a kid. Like that movie was crazy for like a 7-year-old to watch.
I've seen that movie so many times because that came out around the time where cable was really big. We didn't have streaming.
Yeah.
So like after a couple of years, I saw it on pay-per-view. A couple of years go by, it starts showing up on TBS, AMC, on demand, whatever. I've seen it many times. Very good movie.
Yeah, very good.
Aces.
So, yeah, 7.6. You gave it an 8. So, I mean, it was a good movie. I'd definitely rewatch it, especially after I watch all the other ones.
Yes.
So now, the moment we've all been waiting for, DC Fandome. And there was a lot of stuff, not quite as much as last year. It wasn't, and I think, because, maybe people agree, maybe people don't, but I don't think it was quite as exciting as last year. Mainly because everything that we got last year was new. This year was kind of just like, it's still coming. Like, it's still here. Don't worry.
Well, I think we were all still like very much within the pandemic. We still are, but back then it was still more.
Well, if it was like, let's say
more people were inside. I'll say that.
Yeah, but let's say everything that happened last year at DC Fandome, like with the Batman trailer, like Black Adam stuff, whatever. Maybe not Black Adam because it was a teaser, but like Batman especially. We got that movie. And now maybe because it's like a year later, it's been out for, over 6 months, it would have been. Now maybe we're getting like some glimpses into the second movie, and it would have been like more exciting. And like Black Adam, we would have gotten a full trailer because there would have been film delays, like same with Flash. So
now you're gonna get one of these every year, regardless.
Yeah, but I'm just saying for this year in particular, I think people were like really excited for the hype about it from last year, and I still liked it. I still had a good time watching. All the stuff that they showed was really good, but it was like stuff we've seen, so it's just like, okay, I just need my fix of all this stuff at least. So other than that, it was good. I'm just saying we kind of got some encore stuff from last year. And Black Adam started us off. What'd you think of that?
I'm looking forward to it. I don't get as hyped up for, like, I don't like being like brought up by my hype being brought up only to have to wait 8 months to see this. You know what I mean? I'll get excited for something like this, like in a couple, like 2 weeks before I see it in person.
I'm the opposite of that. I am like, they'll show me a teaser. I'm like drooling. I'm like, I need this.
Don't get me wrong. It looks cool, right? The hood. You get some Darth Sidious action there.
Yeah.
He cut the bullet.
I like the texture of the. They said they were gonna keep it to like the DCEU style, like with the Superman costume, like the Batman costume, where it's like more like rough and like stuff like that. I like that a lot.
Sarah Shahi is in it. She's from Sex Life from Netflix. If you've ever seen it, I didn't realize she was in this.
Was she like the woman at the beginning in the little teaser?
The brunette.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, really? Like, oh, okay. Someone.
I mean, it looks pretty like, and like we got to see.
I got some Hawkman. Sci-fi action in there.
We got to see Hawkman, like the logo for Hawkman, Atom Smasher,
Dr. Fate.
Cyclone, Dr. Fate's like helmet and stuff, which looked amazing. I'm very excited for Dr. Fate. Like
James Bond.
But it was just really cool because like the two kind of like mystics and like sorcerers in DC that are my favorite are John Constantine and Dr. Fate. And
Constantine, a good one.
We've seen a couple of things from John Constantine a little bit more recently in animation, and he's been on CW shows for a while now.
Keanu Reeves live action.
Keanu Reeves, and then we're gonna get a John Constantine in. Is it something came out? Was it the Justice League Dark cast? I don't know. We're getting like a version of John Constantine in live action again, which is pretty cool. I think it's being played by a female. I don't know who she is though. I can't remember. This was like a while ago it came out. It was like the cast of something, and she.
Was it Jasmine Constantine? Or are they gonna?
I think so. I think it was.
Something
I think
like
it was
that.
Jasmine. You might be right, but I can't really remember. So don't quote me.
Jane.
I think it was Jasmine. Because
I
that sounded
pulled
kind of
that out of my
familiar.
ass.
No, that literally sounded kind of familiar. But those are my two favorite like mystics and sorcerers. If I were to give you a top three, it'd be Constantine, Dr. Fate, and Zatanna. Those are my like top three. But we get to see Dr. Fate, so that's really exciting. We saw that little shot of the helmet, and that was really cool. I was really excited about that. But that was really all we got for Black Adam. Just a little quick teaser because they finished filming a little while ago, so they're still putting stuff together.
You gave us a stupid tagline for the 50th time.
Yeah, the hierarchy of power in the DC universe is about to change, and we only got like a 30-second teaser.
It's been about to change for the last 2 years.
Yeah. So yeah, that was a good way to start it. That was exciting. That got me excited for the rest of
and then there was like a couple hours of malarkey.
Yeah, I have written down like some like highlights, and I just wanted to quickly talk about the CW Flash because they're giving him the golden boots.
I did see that,
and I'm excited because I watched the Flash. I'm rewatching the earlier seasons of the Flash just because the earlier seasons were, in my opinion, very good compared to the more recent seasons. And we're finally getting the golden boots, and I think it's gonna it's kind of like the his ultimate version at this point, if you want to say it like that, because his suits have been upgrading. So now you get the golden boots, and now you're kind of as close to what you're going to get.
It's going to take the character to another level.
Yeah, kind of in a way, because every time you get a suit upgrade, you're kind of leveling up. So this is kind of the last level, it seems like. So it's pretty cool. I like the look of them.
That's sweet.
Yeah, it was. I was excited about it. So that was pretty cool. Aquaman 2, we got a little teaser.
I saw that too.
That one was it was short. It was more behind the scenes stuff, but it seemed like it was action packed. Black Manta, we got to see
his suit.
Manta's
Yeah, his new suit looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it was like an upgrade on the suit, which looked really cool.
Yeah. I mean, the first movie was a lot of fun. I'm sure the James Wan's at the helm again. I'm sure it'll be just as fun.
What do you think it's gonna do? Because Aquaman did over $1 billion.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be around there.
Do you think so, or do you think people are going to kind of protest because of Amber Heard?
When is it coming out? 22?
22, yeah.
Yeah, I'll be close to the 1 billion, I'm sure. All this Amber Heard. This is
Because
the
I
issue.
saw on Twitter and Instagram in the comments, like,
the Johnny Depp crap?
Because of Amber Heard. I'm not watching it because of Amber Heard.
Because of the Johnny Depp stuff?
Yeah, they were like, people were in the comments were like, I was really excited from all the behind the scenes stuff until I saw Amber Heard. And I was just like, I get it, but in my opinion, for not knowing anything about the situation, like I know obviously the situation, but the behind the scenes stuff of the situation, if Warner Brothers isn't firing her, there's clearly something we don't know.
Well, what I was going to say is, if 6 months go by and all this Justice for Johnny stuff
continues,
and we get Justice for Johnny, like she gets found out to be a liar, which I believe she may be, because there is a video online of the cop showing up to their penthouse, and there's like nothing broken in there, and that was like the biggest thing. Like supposedly, whatever. We're getting into another discussion, but anyways, if we get 6 months down the line and we find out that she is a sham, that this whole thing is a sham, and Johnny didn't do anything aside from spend all his money on bottles of wine. Yeah, that'll affect it for sure. Right as it is now, a couple 100,000 people. I don't know.
Probably won't affect it too much.
Maybe even more than that. If we're talking like a couple million people, I would
definitely a couple million. But I still think people are going to watch it just because it's Aquaman. And
I mean, and if she was Aquaman, there'd be a bigger issue. But she's not. She's playing Mira.
Exactly. Okay, so that was quick. It was more like behind the scenes stuff. It was pretty exciting to see. We got to see Aquaman 2. We got to see some action between him and Orm, Black Manta, just kind of different things. Some continuation stuff. It looked exciting. The action scenes looked pretty cool. Next we got it was like
Gotham Knights.
No, I was gonna talk about Static Shock real quick because that was quick. It was more like they did the creators of what was the comic book publishers like.
Oh, the new generation.
No, it was like you sent me a post of it. Hold on, let me look at it real quick.
I don't know.
It was Milestone. Milestone was the I think the comic.
Milestone Comics.
Yeah, the publisher or whatever. They created Static Shock and a bunch of other characters. And they kind of just went on to saying some stuff about different books they have coming out and stuff. But then they said again that the Static Shock movie is still coming. It's still in production. Like Michael B. Jordan is producing it. They've been saying that
for how many years?
But they said it last year too. And I thought at least this year we might get like a teaser.
Michael B. Jordan's playing Static Shock?
No. He's he's producing.
Oh, okay.
I think he's producing. He's like
Thank God.
He's not Static Shock. Because Static Shock's like a teenager. You can't have Michael B. Jordan as Static Shock.
I think that'd be too much of a meme. You have him as and he's playing fucking all different universe, but
different universe. But so we just got kind of confirmation of that again. But I was at least hoping. I don't even think we have a cast for that, so I was maybe expecting a cast or some sort of news. It was just no. It's still,
probably
it's
lower
still
on their priority list, I would imagine.
I guess, but I'm excited. I want to see that movie, so hopefully that comes out soon. Then we got a more in-depth look at the Suicide Squad game.
Again, I don't know.
I just feel like it seems a little odd because what are you gonna like?
It looks like another the Avengers game.
Yeah,
I'm getting those kinds of vibes.
Yeah, and I don't really understand if the goal of that game is to actually kill the Justice League or to kind of help the Justice League because I'm pretty sure they're under Brainiac's control.
I'm not that. Go ahead.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know what the point of the game is.
I'm not that impressed with the graphics.
Yeah, the graphics kind of seem like the Avengers game, and for anyone that likes the Avengers game, I'm sorry, but those graphics aren't that great.
But this just looks like I feel like there's gonna be a lot of paywalls, a lot of DLC, a lot of that crap. Oh, you must pay whatever you need 5,000 tokens to get into this level. I don't know if I'm gonna get it. I'm probably gonna wait till it comes out. Probably watch some gameplay, and if the gameplay is intriguing, then I'll probably buy it when it is on sale or a game of the month or whatever. It has Avengers vibes all over. That's just looking at the trailer right now, and
it's just I don't know. I'm not that excited. That I wanted to be more excited about that game. I thought maybe this year they would maybe elevate it a little bit. Maybe something would change and it would be a little bit more upscale, if you want to say it like that. But I don't know, it just kind of seemed the same, and still I wasn't excited about it last year. I'm not really excited about it this year.
Gotham Knights.
We'll stay on the video game track, but Gotham Knights, we got a more in-depth look at the Court of Owls, and I'm really excited.
I like that initially I wasn't very excited with the co-op feature, but now that they're doing Court of Owls, one of my favorite Batman storylines, I'm excited.
Well, we obviously got a little teaser of the Court of Owls at the very end of the trailer last year. This year it went so in depth, and even with Scott Snyder was there, Greg Capullo was there talking about the game a little bit, and they were saying how the game is expanding the Court of Owls lore even more.
I think that's cool.
And I'm excited.
I think that's very cool. Again, one of my favorite storylines, and one of the few. I have all of the novels.
Yeah.
But I think it would be cool because you get to go to different parts of Gotham and go to the owl hideouts.
Yeah.
And some people have been getting I sent it to you. They've been sending those gifts out with the mask. The owl mask.
I don't know how they're getting away. What is that an exclusive thing?
It must be a developer thing. Yeah.
Bro, I want to get one. I would like to get one, and but yeah, that's really cool, and I'm just excited for this game a lot. I think we even got a little thing where Batgirl was wearing the owl mask. That was interesting. So that's
she's gonna be
like, come here.
Yeah, she's gonna be drawn to the dark side.
Yeah, maybe that's interesting.
Red Hood was in it at the end.
Yeah, Red Hood was in it. We got to see. We saw a little bit of Nightwing. We saw a little bit of Robin. I'm just excited, dude. I want this game really bad, and they didn't even give us a release date yet. It said 2022.
Well, the good news is we'll have a PS5 by then.
Yeah,
hopefully.
But I just want this game so bad. I'm very excited, and this like extended trailer and more in-depth look at the court just made me even more excited, and I just want this game. I really want this game.
Have to wait a little bit.
Unfortunate. Peacemaker. We saw Peacemaker. It just looks like so odd.
I'm not interested.
I'm gonna watch it just because like I can't not watch it, so I'm gonna watch it. But it's just like
it's kind of dumb.
Yeah, I hope I'm wrong, and I hope I can get invested into like Peacemaker, like into his character. But if you could pick anybody out of the Suicide Squad to do a series like a 8-episode series on, I could name like 5 off the top of my head that I'd rather see before Peacemaker.
Idris Elba's character, the Captain,
Boomerang.
No, yeah, him too, but
Boomerang, Rick Flag, Harley Quinn. Even I'd even watch a Harley Quinn series.
They've already got animated series.
Yeah, but I'm saying like before Peacemaker, I'd rather see Harley Quinn.
The Shark.
King Shark would be funny. Amanda Waller, give Amanda Waller a series.
That would be cool.
That would be really cool because you'd see like all the shit that she does. But I just like I hope it's good.
It's just because it's John Cena. That's why.
Yeah, that's why.
All his diamonds, Aquafina.
So hopefully it's good. I mean, it like the trailer had some interesting parts, some funny parts, but it's like. He dances in his underwear way too much. I don't understand that.
I don't get the point of the gloves. Like the gloves do nothing. What are the gloves doing? Take them off. They're not doing anything. Like what are they? Armor? Like in Dragon Ball Z? Like the characters wear gloves or armor.
The gun he has is like this long.
Leather, blue leather gloves
to help the kickback. I don't know.
Okay.
And then Vigilante, the character Vigilante was in that, and I've only seen Vigilante portrayed one other time, and he was not that way, if that makes sense. He was in this one. He was like seemed like kind of oddball, quirky kind of thing, and in the portrayal I saw, he was like more serious and like just like a assassin or whatever, like a bad Assassino guy. So I don't know. We'll see. I think that comes out in January, so we got a few more months, and then that comes out. But it is what it is. We'll see how that goes. Hopefully, it's good. James Gunn, I trust you, and hopefully we can make it happen. But that's Peacemaker. Then we didn't really see anything, but we saw some Batgirl stuff, and Leslie Grace and the directors and the writer of the movie were on like the panel. And I think they're in like pre-production, so they're gonna start that soon. But I'm excited. That got me excited for that movie. I think that comes out in 2022, so they're gonna be starting soon. Have to be. What?
Kate Crusader.
Oh yeah, no, I got that. Don't worry.
Okay.
That's on. That we're gonna do like top 3 at the end. But Batgirl is quick. We didn't really see. Obviously, they haven't really done any filming. She's still doing her training. She said. So we just kind of got like, it's coming and it's going to be good. But there actually was some news for Batgirl that there is going to be a Batman in the Batgirl movie. And what they said was it will be the DCEU Batman or something. It was like the Batman.
Well, right now that's only one of Pattinson technically. He only beat DCEU Batman.
Well, he's not DCEU. Right now, the Batman would be Michael Keaton or Ben Affleck.
Well, Affleck isn't really on console. It would be Keaton.
Yeah. So
I bet it's gonna be Keaton.
We'd have to see kind of. I think so too, but we'd kind of have to see how it would. Probably after the Flash movie, we'd get some answers as to who it's going to be, because I don't think they're going to release this before that. even though it says 2022, might get pushed
it'll
back.
probably be Keaton in like a brief
role.
mentor scene or something like that.
Maybe. And then, yeah, well, that was really it for Batgirl. It wasn't too much, but then we got, so now, we'll talk real quick about Shazam 2. That also got some like teaser behind the scenes stuff, and that looks pretty good. The suits look like the suits I like a lot better. They look a little bit more kind of armored. I don't know. They just seem like cooler. The cast. I like the cast. I like the. We got to see Lucy Liu and who is the I can't remember her name. The old woman she was in. The most recent thing she was in was Fast and Furious. It was Shaw's mom.
I don't remember. Helen Mirren?
No.
I'm pretty sure it's Helen Mirren.
Look it up. Cast of Shazam 2, but no, it's going to kill me. But they're like the main villains, it seems like, and they looked really good. They're like the gods that like they're going to fight. And we got to see the...
Helen Mirren.
Yeah. And we got to see the... the base, the lair, the Rock of Eternity. I hope there's like a Black Adam teaser in that, like something, or because I don't remember which one comes out first, but some sort of like tie-in.
Well, Shazam comes out July 29.
No, Black Adam does.
Well, whatever. That's what I meant. So it's got to be between then.
It's got to be between.
Otherwise.
But I don't think it is. But yeah, that was it really for Shazam. Like a lot of the stuff was just teasers and just behind the scenes stuff. There wasn't too much for a lot of the stuff, but Batman Caped Crusader, and this is quoted. I wrote it down as he was saying it, so I wouldn't mess it up. But Bruce Timm said, "It's more Batman the Animated Series than Batman the Animated Series."
That's great, and from what it looks like in the videos, is what we're getting.
Yeah.
I hope that there's a little bit more colors than. I mean, it sounds like it's going to be noir, but one of my favorite things about the animated series was the color choices, the color palettes. So I hope that it's not black and white for the entirety.
No, I'm pretty sure they said it wasn't going to be black and white. One of the producers or something said he's going to try to talk to Bruce Timm to get one episode maybe in black and white, but he goes, the
Grundy episode.
Yeah, I don't know what episode they would do, but whatever it is, he said maybe one episode in black and white, but it's going to all be in color.
I'm happy they're doing this so that other people get to experience a Bruce Timm led animated series.
So this is before the animated series?
I don't know.
Takes place. I think that's what they said because they said they wanted it like as a Bruce Wayne before. I think they said before Commissioner Gordon and the GCPD trust him and Gotham trust him, and before he has like the gadgets and before he has like the cars, and it's going to be like more of Bruce figuring out how the Batmobile is going to work and like playing around with like prototypes and stuff.
So we're going to see Batman Year One?
Yeah, like more of a Year One Batman, which is pretty cool. And it's going to be his like progression into like prime Batman and like later on Batman. So I'm excited. J.J. Abrams is excited. Matt Reeves is excited about it.
What the hell is Abrams doing?
He's like
why is he involved in this? He's gonna fuck this up too.
He's like the same role as Bruce Timm and Matt Reeves. They're all like the same. Like
don't do any Star Wars. No cowboy shit. Please.
Imagine.
No, they'd be really difficult to screw this up.
Flash teaser. We'll switch it now. It's a Flash teaser because we're excited for Caped Crusader, and that's hopefully going to come out soon. But the Flash teaser was amazing. I loved it. We got to see. You didn't see it? What are you doing?
I'm not a Flash guy, man.
There's two Batmen in it, and Supergirl. And
I'll see the full trailer when it comes out. Was there a Batman in the teaser?
Yes.
I'll see the full trailer when it comes out.
Dude, you are annoying. Oh my god, dude. So this is what it was. It was basically, it seems like they're going to do Flashpoint. It seemed like Barry went back in time, knowingly went back in time, not like in the Flashpoint comic where he didn't realize he created Flashpoint. He went back in time to save it maybe seemed like it saved his mom, but he went to a house and like there was a woman there and he's walking up slowly to her, so you can assume it's his mom. Then there's like another Barry Allen with him, so possibly from Michael Keaton's Earth. and you see you see Supergirl, and then you see like Batman walk out.
Yeah, there's no two Batman in it. You just see the back of his cowl.
You see the cowl. You see what looks like Ben Affleck's cowl on the ground because.
Yeah, I saw that. So you get a cowl and you get the back of Michael Keaton.
And then you get the Keaton Batmobile, sort of. I'm excited for it. I don't know what you're talking about or what you're on.
I'm excited for the movie, but I don't know.
The teaser was exciting, dude. That teaser. But do you, in what you're looking at right now, do you see him in the suit, in the new suit? Does he look weird in the new suit?
It looks a little bit the one behind him.
Like
the second Flash looks a lot bigger than the regular Flash for some reason, but maybe that's because he's in the background and he's in the foreground. But this new suit looks like a jumpsuit to me.
It looks like he gets in the suit, he like puts on 10 pounds or something.
Oh, I wasn't gonna say that. I just think it looks.
That's what it looks like to me.
It looks like it's like that like weird rubber.
Yeah, it looks like that's what I'm saying. It looks like that rubber. It just like kind of makes it look bulky and like odd, but it's supposed to be like kind of sleek and whatever. It doesn't. It just looks odd compared to that like teaser photo we got last year. But I don't know.
We'll have to wait for the.
The suit looks interesting. Let's just say that. I'll just say that the suit looks interesting.
We'll have to wait for the full trailer.
Yeah, hopefully we get that. You know, soon. It'll probably be in the spring though. Honestly, that full trailer for that. The Batman.
Yes.
We got the new trailer.
Yes, we did. It was great. It was awesome.
I thought it was really good.
It was everything we were hoping it would be and more.
Yeah, no, it was a really good second trailer, and I like the tone of it's really good. The color choice, kind of that like dark.
There needs to be some clarification because it looks like it's set in the 90s, but there's a lot of things that make it seem like it's not set in the 90s.
Why did they say it was set in the 90s before?
I somewhere along the line, wasn't it said that this was going to be set in the 90s?
Well, I think they said it was supposed to be like a year 2 Batman, which I think a lot of people even assumed it would be the 90s, but that could just mean that it's year 2 Batman that takes place in 2023 or whatever, 2022 when it comes out.
There's going to need to be some clarification on that.
I'm sure
there needs to be.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know if they came out and said like, oh yeah, it's the 90s. It might just be taking place in current time, and it's just now. This is when Batman starts.
There's just a lot that makes it seem like it wouldn't be, like just some certain styles, like the glass that he tried to bang on, the shatterproof, bulletproof glass looks like it is from the 90s.
Yeah, when he's like talking to that person.
Yeah. Who may or may not be the Joker.
You think it's the Joker?
Could be. I think
it's the Riddler.
Could be the Riddler.
I think it's the Riddler because we saw the Riddler the first time in this trailer. We didn't see him in the last trailer.
The only reason that I would think it would be the Joker would be because we have his henchmen floating around.
Yeah, so maybe that could be like the end of the movie, like after he beats Paul Dano's Riddler.
Maybe he visits him for answers.
Maybe. I mean, I feel like it'd be too soon to introduce the Joker. Because then it'd be like literally the same thing as Nolan's trilogy. Oh, here's the Joker teased in the first one. He's going to be in the second one.
And both of those movies were amazing.
No, they were amazing, but I'm saying like why would you introduce him this early when? Because like
well, how many movies do you want?
Well, they're going to do a trilogy.
Okay.
So like you can have him in the third one because like what I'm saying is in this
you just
movie,
don't want him this soon.
In this movie, they said that the Penguin is only in it for like a few scenes. He's not really in it that much, maybe 10 minutes. So it clearly seems like they're going to set up the Penguin for a second movie, maybe. So you have the Penguin in it for a little bit, and which to me, in my mind, would seem like they're setting it up for a second movie, and then you introduce the Joker, which is the second movie, and then the Penguin kind of just goes back.
I see what you're saying. I have no expectations for this, so I'm.
And I have to say, I like that we got to see the Riddler this time. We actually got to see him, and because in the first one we saw the guy with the duct tape face, which we
still don't have
assuming is the Riddler. We don't have clarification, but we're assuming it's the Riddler.
Did he have glasses? Did the guy with the duct tape have glasses on his face?
I don't remember.
I think he did. If he did, I think it is the Riddler.
Yeah,
because I think it's the same.
He put the question mark on the guy's face that he was duct taping anyway. So, but we got to see actually see Paul Dano. and that was pretty cool.
I really like Catwoman's outfits.
I like Catwoman a lot. We got to see a lot more Catwoman in this, which was cool.
I like her.
And we got to see like their like start of their relationship. Oh, and then we got to see Alfred.
Yes.
We didn't see Alfred last time. We just heard
Andy
him.
Serkis.
Andy Serkis, and he looks really good.
He looks solid.
I'm excited for that. What else did we see? We saw a little interaction with. We saw some more interactions with the Penguin.
Yeah, I paused at this interesting little thing where they're overhead and you got the sins of my father, presumably Bruce, standing in the middle. He's got all these pictures of research he's doing. It says renewal is a lie. And then Mitchell. We don't know who Mitchell is.
Yeah.
Arthur Mitchell.
I don't know.
Interesting. I don't know. It looks good. It looked really good.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Looks good. That shot of him looking up at the helicopter when he's got that dirt all...
The dirt, like he's all like messed up and like...
That looks good.
That was cool. I like the scene where the Penguin's like, I got him, and then he just comes through the fire, and then which was the last scene of the trailer.
Yeah. I thought that was cool.
Where the camera was flipped upside down. You saw him walking towards them with the cape.
That gave me some Dark Knight vibes when the Joker knocked Batman down off the bike.
Oh yeah. That was cool. I like that a lot. So.
This can't be the 90s because they have this massive HD TV here. No, there's no way. There's no way.
I think it was a pretty successful DC Fandome. Like, it was exciting. We were really excited. I was really excited about it. I sat there and watched the whole thing, and I was really happy with the trailers we got. I was happy with the teasers we got. Some honorable mentions. The show Titans, which a lot of people are very split about.
One of them.
You didn't watch it, so I don't care what you say.
Yeah, but I'm split. I don't like it. I'm not interested.
Yeah, that doesn't matter. But like, people are like very on the fence about Titans. Some people like it, some people hate it. I'm one of the people that like it because I get to see Nightwing. But that's getting renewed for season 4, so that's pretty cool. Season finale is this Thursday, and we got to see like a little sneak peek of that.
Is it Adam Thwaines or whatever his name is?
Brendan
Thwaines. Sorry.
Thwaites. Not Thwaines.
Thwaites. It'd be cool if it was Thwaines, though, wouldn't it? Wayne Thwaines.
Oh my God! But it was pretty cool day. Don't know how long we've been running for, but it's definitely a longer episode this week. But we missed last week, so we had a lot to talk about.
This is payback for the last week.
Yeah, exactly. This is payback. We talked about a lot of stuff, and we got through a lot of stuff. From what you saw today, what you want to give like your top 3? What you're most excited for?
Probably the Batman first. I would say getting the full reveal of the Flash trailer being second because I don't like being baited like I was today.
Like with a lot of things today.
Yeah, and then I would say maybe runner-up number 3. Shazam. No, Cape Crusader.
Yeah.
Honorable mention being Shazam. Or not Shazam, I'm sorry, Black Adam.
I was going to say, you're more excited for Shazam.
I'm not excited for Shazam.
The Batman is 1.
The first one was all right.
Probably the Flash is 2. And then probably Gotham Knights is 3. I'm really excited. I just need that game.
Watch it be a massive disappointment.
Oh, I know, dude. Don't even say that. I was thinking about that.
Don't get so hyped up for it then.
Yeah,
let it come out.
No. Let me
wait for the E3 demos.
Let me fall on my sword when it comes out. Let me cry in my corner and talk about it on the podcast and say how much.
You got it.
Thank you.
You got it.
Thank you. Let me have this.
You got it. It's all yours.
Anything else?
That's it.
I think that's it. So, guys, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And we will be back next week talking about anything that comes up in this coming week. And we will see you guys soon.